Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your October 2023 general monthly reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I apologize for the delay. I had a lot going on and I've been under the weather, so I'm going to record until my voice gives out. So expect more readings to catch up. Okay, so here's your October reading. And I'm going to freestyle it and see what kind of message I get for you. And I'll pull additional cards if I need to. So the energy for your month, I'm feeling it here. For your month ahead, the Knight of Swords, Six of Pentacles. We also have the Two of Cups, the Judgment card, Queen of Cups, and Five of Swords. Some of you may be contemplating and perhaps reviewing certain decisions that were made in regards to a relationship that you know that in the past you've cut out for specific reasons, and some of you are still trying to cut out. I definitely feel like there is some underhanded, let's just call it what it is, underhanded stuff is the cleaned up word, since it's too early on in the video for me to, throw a cuss word in here. But whenever I get the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords together, especially when we're dealing with the Two of Cups energy here, it really does give me that energy of somebody knows they're being an a-hole and they're pretending like they don't. Maybe they're, acting as if they're brand new, acting as if they're like, what do you mean? Of course not. They're totally gaslighting you, like you're being crazy, you're totally making something out of nothing, things like that. If your intuition, if your gut is saying someone is coming back around, someone is up to no good, that text, that message, that DM, that snap, that drop, whatever it is, that is kind of like Spirit keeps saying underhanded. Okay, so either they're sending a messenger, they're sending someone to communicate, to open up those lines of communication, trying to be like, I'm a friend of a friend, I remember you, I met you through so-and-so and now you don't talk to so-and-so, but it's kind of like this really weird way of someone keeping tabs, someone trying to know what's new, what's good with you, but just be careful, because I do feel that if there is someone that you have blocked out of your life, that you have cut out, that you have just said enough is enough. I've dealt with this person way too long, and yet they still continue to try to pop back in, or maybe randomly you have some crazy dream with them in it. Yeah, they're trying to reel you back in. They're trying to tap into your energy. And they can tap into your energy when you allow any form of communication. So don't respond to that text. Don't respond to that email, that snap, that even to be, Mr. or Ms. Nice Guy, right? Like, you don't need to be like, oh, sorry, I can't, or whatever. You know what? Sometimes you just got to leave people on red, if it means protecting yourself, protecting your energy, and safeguarding yourself, and not allowing people to tap into whatever you got going on. Because unfortunately, you may have people around you, because that's the energy I see here, especially with that Knight of Swords, the Judgment underneath. It just feels like this is someone who either hasn't let you go, doesn't want to let you go, and is not afraid to go through different various means of getting back into your energy, tapping into your energy, getting back into being able to communicate with you. Maybe you happen to mention to someone in passing about, getting coffee somewhere. You probably posted something on your social media, trying out this new coffee place. And then guess what? Someone's watching it. Then they tell another person, and then, guess who you run into. And I don't say things to make anyone paranoid at all whatsoever. But if you've been going through this, then this message is for you. This is not for everyone, clearly. If you're not dealing with this, it's not for you, and it's okay. Maybe the rest of the reading may have messages that resonate with you. But unfortunately, we are in that day and age where we do need to be careful. We do need to, watch our energy and who we allow around us at this time, right? Seven of Swords, this could have been someone who, you know, really did, you know, hurt you, betray you. But I also feel like there was a lot of immaturity here. This is someone who couldn't handle their own emotions, good or bad, right? They could have been like madly in love with you, but like were overwhelmed with emotions that they didn't know how to keep you, okay? A Five of Swords, definitely with the Seven of Swords. This is someone who knows that what they've done is wrong. What they say or do or continue to say or do is absolutely wrong, that it's hurtful. You know, but they try to still get away with it. They know what they're doing, even if they play dumb. Let's be real here. Let's be very clear, Taurus. I am going to be straight up blunt with you. And I, you know, I'm just going to keep it real here. This is the energy that I get. This is someone who, you know, you would have like given your last dime to, that you would have been there at, you know, any time that they needed you. This doesn't have to be a relationship either. This just could have been someone who you were absolutely close to. And some of you already have someone new that you're in a wonderful relationship with, and you know, someone's got to come back around and try to ruin it. Somebody's got to come back around and try to, you know, find a way, find some sort of angle to come back into your life. That Judgment card, you definitely need to make a decision here moving forward. This is definitely some sort of relationship or idea or thought that perhaps was over and done with. Maybe at one point or another you felt like someone was a bit too invasive, and you know, the way they would come into your life and really try to you know, force. I'm seeing like someone literally forcing their way through the door. So if you had to deal with something like that, I mean, let's not mince words. This feels like someone who's literally trying to force their way into your life through a door. That is very much abusive behavior. Be very, very careful with that. For some of you, this person could have been financially abusive as well. They could have been codependent or had you very dependent financially, where you kind of had to be in a way on an emotional level, like you kind of had to just play nice until you were able to get what you needed and get out. And some of you may still be stuck in that situation where you just can't wait to get out. I'm hearing some of you really want to know and experience what it's like to be in a healthy relationship. Perhaps in the past you've just dealt with too many unstable, unhappy relationships of convenience, toxic relationships. I mean, take your pick. It feels like for some of you, maybe even had some sort of waiting game here where you're waiting for this person to get it together. There's a little bit of this, you know, manipulative energy for those of you that are like in an okay relationship, just kind of waiting for it to move into something more serious. I do feel like this person, if you are in a relationship that's been kind of long term, you know, I would call it a serious relationship, right? But you want to take it to the next level, marriage, children, house, whatever. I feel like there were boundaries that were drawn, especially emotional boundaries, where someone here started pulling away, whether it was you or them. And you started pulling away, like, listen, if you want to continue dating, like we're still like at the beginning of our relationship, clearly we've been together, we've been seeing each other, we've been knowing each other for so long. You know, I'm feeling like some of you that have been in a relationship with someone for years, and it's like, okay, you know, you're still kind of like dabbling into keeping things casual and just waiting until the time is right. Well, and I'm hearing someone just being very blunt. Well, you know, roommate, I don't need. Friends, I don't need. I've got enough of those. So, you know, I'm going to pull away and do my thing until you realize that you value me to the point of you know, getting together, making this serious. I feel like some of you are starting to see, do our lives or do our goals align with each other? Is this how we move forward, or is this how it's going to permanently be? I know I'm coming at you with a lot of information and I'm talking really fast because I'm channeling these messages super fast. So keep up with me, Taurus or Taurus cross watcher. But I do get this feeling of feeling a little bit overwhelmed here. I also feel that there is a lot on a financial note. This feels like someone here has definitely invested a lot of money, finances, time, energy, effort into building a relationship that, well, you know, you felt that, well, I'm putting money into this or into this person because it's for the long term, because we're going to eventually live together. We're going to have kids together. We're going to get married. And then like 10 years go by and you're still like at your own individual houses or apartments, or, you know, maybe you just barely adopted a pet and you're just like, well, not getting any younger. You know, it just feels like that type of energy here for some of you. What's next? Yeah, there's Two of Pentacles here with the Chariot is your major arcana for your outcome here, and another five, the Five of Wands. So you've got two twos and two fives here, and you've got two sevens because the Chariot is a number 7 card, major arcana with the 7 of Swords. So again, I would be careful of, you know, going back and forth. I feel like at one point or another, you may feel very brave about moving forward, making a decision, letting people know how you feel, what you're okay with, what you're not okay with. And, you know, and of course, I'm not downplaying the bravery part, right? Like, yeah, it takes a lot of strength and courage to set your ground, you know, like the ground rules, or set, you know, what your desires are, your needs, wants, desires in a relationship, especially if perhaps in the beginning you feel that you were led to believe that this was for the long term. And baby, this is long term because you've been together for a long time, or you've been seeing each other, or spending like every other weekend together, or whatever it is that you got going on. I do feel, Taurus, you do have someone here that really cares for you really deeply. I do feel like they long to be with you, but they feel like they're a little scorned. I'm not gonna lie, okay? So this is someone who probably loves you, cares about you, wishes to have a future with you. But again, I'm feeling like there's a little bit of that scorned woman, scorned partner, someone, I don't know what it could be. It feels almost like it's something that started off small, forgave you, then it just kind of unraveled, is what I feel. So I do feel like some of you are in this need for making a big decision. You know, stop juggling, stop, you know, 1 minute things are going great and I feel like we're moving somewhere. I feel like there's a lot of insecurity in this relationship, regardless of how long you've been together, but almost especially if you've been together for a long time. So I'm talking to you, my lifers, you know, those of you that have been in really, really long-term relationships with people that you've been with or seeing for more than 7 to 10 years, either consistently or off and on. It definitely feels that there isn't that sense of security, or even that sense of knowing, the security that comes from the knowing that this person is just as committed as you. So it really puts you in this energy and this element of doubt. Like, so then what the F are we doing? What have we been doing for all these years? And if this is sounding like something you've kind of been going through off and on in the last handful of years, right? Less than 7 years. For some of you, you got to get clear on that before it does turn into, right? Before it does turn into the 7 to 10 year mark and you're still in the same place, right? So I get this feeling that for some of you, they talk a big game, a big commitment type, you know. I'm not saying they're like total player. Maybe some of you are dealing with players, but I'm not getting that. I'm just getting this like major fear of commitment, still majorly afraid of commitment, afraid of maturing and you know, having to deal with real partnership, husband, wife, mother, father responsibilities. I feel like this person may daydream about it at times, like, oh, that sounds nice, fond of the idea, but their inner anxiety is saying, hell to the no, I'm never going to get married, I never want that responsibility. Owning a house together, that's crazy. How are we going to, it's like already talking you out of the idea because they don't have the confidence in being able to be that partner for you, or being able to handle bigger responsibilities. You know what I mean? It just feels like this person will try to, I'm seeing it like squirming their way in and out. I don't know. This just feels like very inconsistent person. It doesn't mean they don't love you, but just they're definitely not at a place emotionally to give you what you want. And again, this is not for everyone. This is a general reading. So let's see what your wisdom of the oracle is. You have the card of the fates. Beautiful. Message in a bottle. I love it. You're receiving messages from spirit guidance at this time. Trust your intuition, and time for a nap. Now, I love that card because it does remind me of, if those of you that may be familiar with Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, right? She says how sometimes we need to kind of reset when we sleep, when we take a nap, when it's like resetting our subconscious. It's like going back and breaking that energy that we find ourselves in when it's not to our favor, right? When we're filled with worry, with fear, with, nerves, or whatever type of negative energy that sometimes you can't help but constantly replay, constantly hone in on. Sometimes really all you really do need is a nap to go ahead and reset that momentum, stop that in its tracks, so that when you wake up you feel a bit more rested and refreshed and ready to start new. It's like that big reset button, because it's like, what happens when you turn off your car? You shut everything off and then you turn it back on when you need to go somewhere, right? Sometimes you need to do that with yourself. Take a break. You're stressing out. It's time for a nap. It's time to get the rest and, the clarity that you need. Set that intention before you go to bed, before you take a nap, and say, like, I'm ready to release the fears, the worry, this doubt, this insecurity that keeps replaying in my mind. Spirit, please guide me to help release these fears, these energies while I sleep, while I nap, and help me, assist me to wake up more clear-minded, refreshed. Send me the clarity, send me the answers that I need. You have message in a bottle, okay? That is definitely getting the signs, the messages from spirit, co-creating at its best with your spirit guides and guardian angels. Now, the Fates card here really does speak of things that are in alignment with you. So what are you projecting? What are you putting out there? Is it aligning with your current energy, with your current feelings, right? Do you notice when you have major highs and major lows in your relationship? Is it a reflection of how you're feeling? Is it a reflection of how somebody else is feeling? Is someone's projections? You basically are receiving what you're putting out. If you're feeling, fearful or insecure in a relationship about, whether or not it is going to be what you want it to be, but you can't help but feel insecure, or feeling like this relationship is not where you want it to be, where it needs to be, then you're going to continue to come across and find things that will continue to make you feel that way, right? Focus on the good about the connection, about the relationship, even if it's not fully everything that you want. And now you got to shift, you got to pivot your energy, and you got to put it out there that the type of relationship that you want makes you feel whole, happy, and complete, right? Do scripting, use affirmations, do what you need to do to help you get into the energy where that you are only welcoming those types of relationships. And so either this this connection is going to turn into what you want it to turn into, not because you forced it, but because that's what you are aligning with it, because there's a part of you that's allowing the relationship that is not what you want. And so when you definitely set those boundaries and realize, okay, why am I allowing this if I know this isn't what I want? Then it's time for you to have some respect for yourself, set those boundaries, make it clear and say, no, you know what? This has gone on far enough. And I'm only willing to welcome relationships, connections, partnerships that are in alignment with what I want, who I am, and where I want to go. And so, you know, I know it can sound like a little bit of an ultimatum, but let's be real. It might not be your partner. It might be someone that meets everything. And I know some people may be fearful because it's like all those years that I've put into a relationship. Okay, but they're not for nothing. They've taught you something. And you've got to be grateful for that. I know, easier said than done. Trust me, when you get out of the vicious cycle of a relationship that is just not turning into, you know, or going down the path that you had hoped it would, when you find that perfect relationship that does align with your values, you know, to the core of what you want, need, desire, what you've been manifesting, no regrets, baby boo. No regrets. Let's see what your Moonology has in store for you. We did have the super moon. Now we've got the eclipse in Libra coming up. And let's see. Oh, look at that. I was not joking. Look at that. A new start is coming. And it's the new moon card. What did I just say? And look at that. I cannot make this up. Listen, some of you want this person that you've been with for a really long time to be the right person. And for some of you it is, not going to lie. They need to get it together. But as long as you allow the disrespect, the manipulation, the leading on, you know, I'm sorry. You'll set some higher standards for this person to either meet or somebody else will. Have confidence. Trust me, somebody else will. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. A new start is coming with that new moon card. And I apologize if you hear the noise from outside. It is very hot in California right now. It's crazy. Fall heat over here. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Now, we just had the new moon in Virgo last month. If you had made any type of, you know, if you have done any type of ritual work, any type of manifestation, scripting, things of that nature, I feel like this card is highlighting anything that you may have asked for, especially if you work with the energies of the moon and the moon cycles and things of that nature, the moon phases, I should say. But this is a time to give rather than to take. I really love this reading for you, Taurus. I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear, but unfortunately, I feel like it's something that you maybe needed to hear, right? Let's just give you one last message before I sign out. And, you know, I will be opening up my calendar again. I will be posting that up. And if you're in the Southern California area, I will be at a live event doing in-person readings. I will post all that information in my shorts and in my community tab. And I will probably post it up on my Instagram as well. If you're not following me there, I'm at Virgo Angel Tarot at Instagram. Okay, so I saw the adjudication card and the official person. So for some of you, that can mean divorce, separation. That could mean, you know, making things official. That can mean definitely cutting someone out of your life and serving, you know, a restraining order, things of that nature, order of protection. Okay, so let's see. Courtship, telling you there is new love or a resurgence of love. Some of you setting those boundaries, you'll see that this person is like, oh snap, I don't want to lose her. I don't want to lose him. I better get my ish together, even though they probably should have gotten it together 10 years ago. You've been very patient, Taurus. Well, I shouldn't say you've been very patient, because I feel like you've been giving them guff. Like you've been really giving them crap, right? You've got the card of gift. So I love that card for you. I definitely feel that within this courtship, there will be a gift. So like I said, those of you finally setting boundaries, putting your foot down, saying, no, enough is enough. I've given it all I've could. And, you know, maybe some of you are going to say something like you've been disappointed that, you know, after all this time, you're still in the same place and you feel like where you're going or where you'd like to go in the near future, in the distant future, somehow this person isn't keeping up with you. And so you're either with me or without me. I feel like this person will come back around and propose. This person will come back around with a gift to, you know, perhaps save the relationship. I get this energy of somebody coming back asking for forgiveness, and, you know, even feeling like they've cleaned up their act. Like they come see you like all dressed up, like out of their typical, you know, wares, right? What else do we have here with the Kipper card? So that was unexpected money in family room. And look at that, high honor. So listen, this is exactly reinforcing what I just said. Some of you, unfortunately, will probably have to set those boundaries, draw the line. And no, I don't mean it like an ultimatum. Like some of you have already started to detach and say, you know, this is clearly not going, you know, where I thought it was going to go. It's time for me to keep my options open. Maybe I should start getting used to the idea of going my separate way, us separating, and, you know, figuring out what each other wants and spending less time together so that we can figure out whether or not we're going to, you know, come back together to get married, to pursue a more serious commitment, or perhaps to go our separate ways. Some of you maybe propose a break or a separation to figure out whether or not there is space for you in their life and vice versa. So I feel like this person will come back around, you know, trying to start things all over, realizing that they should have given you the respect that you've deserved since the beginning. And I feel like they will come to that realization that perhaps they haven't always been, you know, making you a priority or being as loving, caring, nurturing, as respectful. I feel like they will realize, if they haven't already, that by them getting around the, you know, marriage, children, relationship, commitment type, you know, conversations, that they will come back around and, you know, and apologize, because I feel like they will get that aha moment of like, shit, I screwed this up. You know, I feel like because you've been there for so long, they just expect you to always be there. But if you're not getting what you want out of this, Taurus, you know what to do. It's time to refocus, rethink, and, you know, really, really be honest with yourself. It really does, you know, you have to be honest with yourself and with your partner, you know, and they need to do the same with you. Let's be real. Okay, Taurus, I wish you guys all the best. I will record some more readings. Either I'm going to do weekly lives, or I will probably do like a mid-month. I'm going to record until well, hopefully my voice doesn't give out, but I know that, like, in terms of catching up, my voice has been a little raspy, and so we'll be all right. We'll get through this. I will see you guys really soon. I will open up my calendar, and again, I will be at an event mid-October if you'd like an in-person reading, and I will, you know, post that information in the comments, in the community, and probably in the shorts. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.